This is Lee with 82 Game and 12 here on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75. And I'm going to start my playthrough comparison of the Battle of Borodino, 1812. Napoleon's Grand Army versus the Russian army under Kutuzov. Now, I'm doing two games here. I've got the Game Designer Workshop 1977 version, which was remade from the original put out by Marshall Enterprises by Larry Groves, which won the Charles Roberts Award for gaming, probably for Napoleonic gaming. And then we have the Great Redoubt by Yaquinto Publishing. And I already did a video of the introduction of that. The last short video I put out was pretty rough with the sound, and that had to do with the phone. I've dropped it too many times, and so as a result, I guess it now has a static sound when you're recording. So I'll be using my newer phone, which I do most of the time, but occasionally I was using my older phone. Now, if we take a look, this is only, and I'll try to do my best to eliminate the glare from the maps. One of my lamps have malfunctioned. So, but this here is only half of the complete maps. I've got the two southern, let's see, is that right? The southern sections, I believe. Yeah. The southern section. So we've got the town of Borodino can just barely be made out right there, right underneath my red moon, orange moon, I guess. That there is part of Borodino. So we pull back. That there is the Great Redoubt. And then on further down, we have the flèches. And then here we have Utitsa, which is, those three are all three objective locales or locations for the French, plus the village that's between the Great Redoubt and the flèches, which can be seen right there. That is Simonovskaya, I believe. So we've got the Russian forces here, but there's, let's see, 6th Corps is not on this map, and neither is 2nd Corps. They're both on the northern map, which would be the map that would be up there where that wall is. It'd be, if I was to extend it, if I had enough space and enough tables, I could set up the whole battle. but a majority of the fight was here on the southern map. For the French, well, we also have 1st Cavalry and 2nd Cavalry, and the Cossacks are all on that northern map. The artillery reserve for the Russians are here. If we look at the French, we've got the bulk of their cavalry here. Then we had Davout's 1st Corps. We've got Ney's 3rd Corps. Some more of Davout's forces there. Back here we've got the Guard, the Old Guard, the Young Guard, the Medium Guard, the Guard Cavalry, the Guard Artillery. And here are these white counters. That is Huneau. And I think that's, let's see, that's 8th Corps. So 4th Corps is Eugene, and they would actually be there where the box is. There's a little letter there. I don't know if you can actually see it yet. There it is. Oops. Right there. That letter is an I. That's where Eugene's, well, let's see, what else would be set up there? Yeah. Eugene's Corps. And then also behind him would be Grouchy. Grouchy would be over here where Jay's at, which is right there. So I don't have either of those on the board, the map. And then we have 5th Corps, which is Poniatowski. If we were to pull back, the old Smolensk Road right here. So this is where 5th Corps, Poniatowski, will be coming in at the 8 o'clock hour. The battle begins at 6. 20-minute turns. Each hex is 100 meters. Strength points. Let's see, it's going to be in the rule book. Stacking points, 100 to 150 men, 60 to 70 horses, or 1 to 3 guns. So quite a bit of difference between this and the Yaquinto game. The hexes in that game are 400. I think they're yards. I don't know if they're meters. But they're 4 times the size. So it takes basically, you got 4 hexes would be 1 hex here. And even though that game goes in 30-minute increments, this goes in 20. So three turns to an hour, that has 2 turns to an hour. Now, for those that are familiar with the La Bataille series by either Marshall Enterprises or Clash of Arms, this is a much earlier rule system. Not much has changed in the rules from Larry Grove's original and this version, which is the 2nd edition. And the designer notes to the second edition, basically what was changed was the French order of battle due to more resources. And there were some units that were incorporated into other units, or they were put into just battalions. And with the Russians, they just improved the morale of the Jaegers. So the map, of course, has 4 colors, and slopes have been made to conform to the hex side. And you got a counter battery rule that was added. And they've got a formed unit rule. In this rule set, there are no formation other than column. The designer notes, this is Larry Groves, designer notes pointed out that there wasn't really a lot of room to get formed into lines. And it was much easier to be in columns and just point the units toward a specific point and have them march there to do battle. So there will not be any designation of going to line. They're just all in column. Units that are flipped, those are, I designate those as skirmishers, much like in the newer rule sets. In the game, but in the rules, you really just didn't flip them over. If they were alone, then they were just recognized as skirmishers, but it's much easier to just flip them over. So off the map, and I'll have them come in during the 6 o'clock turn when we get started. So there's not a lot of modifiers. So in fire combat, you're not modifying the strength based on the type of unit. That's not in the rules. Also, there's not counter charges. When your opponent's moving, there's not really a lot of anything that you can do movement-wise. You do get to retreat from combat, but that takes place during the melee phase. So when your opponent's moving, you're not going to really be able to do anything except for you could possibly have, it's not really noted as our opportunity fire, but let's see if we can, when it talks about zones of control, it says squares may fire during the enemy movement phase on units moving through their zones of control. A square may fire once at each stack, exiting a hex in its zone of control, unless that movement is its first movement in that turn. And it can be fired at by more than once if it exits more than one hex in the square's zone of control. And I believe, let's see, I think artillery can do something similar. Maybe they can't. During the defense fire phase, fire can only be out to 1 hex. You can only fire at adjacent units. That's even artillery. The only time you could fire at a range of more than 1 hex is during, well, except for the skirmishers. I believe the skirmishers can still fire out to, no, I don't think they can. I think they're restricted to 1 hex as well. So the only time you're going to be able to fire at a target more than 1 hex away is going to be during offensive fire. Something else is you're not allowed to charge an unlimbered artillery unit. And during the charge phase, which takes place during the movement phase, when you charge an enemy unit or stack of units, you're going to cause them to check their morale, whether they're squared or not. But you cannot. That's one thing that you can do as the non-facing players. You can attempt to go to square, but when you're charged, your stack has to check their morale with a -6 to the die roll. And let's see what else there might be. But of course, there's lancers involved. We'll talk about that as we get into the game. Artillery units firing in an adjacent hex add +6 to the die roll. We won't talk about that. So you don't have the normal opportunity reactions. And this was, like I said, this was it was the 2nd edition. So I don't know, maybe this is the game that started it all. I don't recall. However, this was the earliest, I guess, La Bataille rule set. So very little of it has been changed from Larry Grove's original edition. That came out in 75. I guess it was 75. This is 77. So I guess there was a draw of people that wanted a copy of the game, and it just wasn't available. So Game Designer Workshop got the rights, and that worked with Mr. Groves. This was actually, let's see, John Harshman is, I guess, responsible for this 2nd edition. He's the developer. So he also did the cover. So he's also an artist. All right, now we talk about the game starts at 6, goes until 5:40 p.m. And the French may elect to continue the battle. until 940 if they've won at least a marginal victory by 140. So we'll see. For the French to win, let's see if I can get this over here. They must take and hold Utitsa, the Utitsa Hill, Bagration Fleshes, Simonovskaya, and the Raevsky Redoubt. The victory is marginal if they inflict a 1-to-1 or better casualty ratio. Tactical if the casualty ratio is 1.5 to 1 or better. Strategic if the casualty ratio is 2-to-1 or better. For the Russians to win, they must hold any of the above locations. The victory is marginal if they do not suffer worse than 1-to-1 to 5. Tactical if they don't suffer 1-to-1. And strategic if they inflict 1.5 to 1. And the other result is a tie. So, and it says that, let's see, militia and Cossacks are worth half a point. Guard units 2, Old Guard 4, other units 1. Wounded leaders are worth 4, dead or captured leaders 10. Marais, Davout, Ney, Barclay, Bagration, Bennigsen, if captured or killed, are worth 20. Kutuzov is worth 100, Napoleon 200. So you want to keep your leaders safe. That is it. And I don't know that it said in the scenario, it didn't say who had activation first. Let's see here. Okay, it says the player who moves first is determined by the scenario. Well, in this scenario, it doesn't tell us. Oh, no, it does. Right here. Ta-da. Moves first. All right. So we can get started. Sequence of play. Movement phase. So players move their units and conducts cavalry charges. Rally phase. The phasing player attempts to rally units. Defensive fire phase. Only at adjacent units. Offensive fire phase. And then melee phase. And there we go. There's not a lot of rules about the cost of what it costs to change facing. Maybe I better look at the terrain chart if it says anything. And there's not a lot about changing formation, which there's not a lot of formations you can change to. Of course, you can go to square and unlimber, limber. Dragoons can mount and unmount. But none of that is listed here on the charts. So there's not anything mentioned about, okay, to change your facing, it costs this. So facing is kind of, I guess, you're allowed to just change it. And there's no drawing of maneuver, chits, and all of that. It's just straight up. You just move all of your units. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start over here with the La Tour Mabord 4th Cavalry. And we've got terrain. Let's talk about terrain here while we're here. Well, maybe I can't go that far with that. I wanted to turn that off and put it. I need to put that in on a an extension cord like this one. Okay, because now I can move it in here where it needs to be so we can see a lot better. That ain't gonna help. I don't know if that helps here. Or not. I need to try to get that other lamp. Maybe I turn it off. Let's see what it does. Not get us too dark. Well, this allows us just to focus on those units that are moving at right now at this moment. So this is the 4th Cavalry Corps. And so we've got, these are Lancers. I think this is probably Cuirassiers. And then we've got some horse artillery. So an 8 is really as far as we can go. Now, terrain-wise, this is, I believe it's orchards. And for cavalry, it costs 2. Doesn't say anything about any effect for, hurting cavalry, but I don't think they really want to go through that. They could set up their artillery, and yeah, it costs 3 movement points. It's on page 15 under Rule 24. And so they may never unlimber on river slopes. Okay. So let's see, what does it cost them? Let's see, artillery costs 3 in the orchards. So, all right, so we have our horse artillery here. With these units, they have three front hexes, and then 3 flank hexes. That's how that works. So I can move 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Move to there. Really, I could probably eliminate these aids. These aids are there for really if you're playing multi-person games and use them to send messages. But okay, so we've got movement of 9 cuirassiers there. 5, 6, 7, 9. Move to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think they're just stopped there. 10, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop there. These guys can move probably 9. Yeah, 9. And stacking limits 12. 12 in a hex. And there's nothing about cavalry, artillery costing double. 8. They're going to stop right there. All right, next. We're not really in a position to charge anyone. So they're just moving up. We're going to pull back a little bit. This is one of the objective hexes. So we've got, or objectives. We've got to get the hills here, here and here, and then this village. And of course, Poniatowski, Ponanowski will be coming up this road with a 5th Corps. So they're going to be able to provide a lot of strength to dislodge these Russian troops here. All right, so next we've got, let's see who this is. Montbrun with the 2nd Cavalry Corps. They've got 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's turn it this way. And so, kind of just move these guys up. 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not any rules about command. You can enforce that on your own. But it's keep them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's see here. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then we have the 1st Cavalry Corps right here, and then Saudi. And they want to let Davout get in there, which Davout can probably leave this for Poniatowski and just move toward the flèches. I think that's what he's going to do. So we can move Saudi. We can move him up in this area. But before we do that, I think I'm going to move Davout is going to start moving up here toward the flèches. He wants to move to here and attack that portion. And so, let's see here. What happened to the other dice that were in here? Yeah, I'll get them later. So All right, so this guy and this guy moved. Mark them with a block. So we've got the VU. That is going to press toward the fleshes. And we got our skirmishers. Let's see, we're going to be going over, let's see, that's going to be a river slope. So skirmisher, it only costs 2 to go up the slope. So plus that little stream is +1. So here it's going to turn like this. So that's going to be 1, 2, and then going up the slope is, I think I said 2 for skirmishers. Yeah, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as far as he can go. It costs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy's going to turn. And the woods, okay, costs 2 to go through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's going to turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. I like that. Okay. This unit here is going to move here and protect the flank from these cavalry units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes to there. And now we have some cavalry units. If we pull up a little tighter here. These cavalry units here, let's see what they may want to wait and go around somehow. Okay, that stream is going to be a +1. The river slope up is +4. So, oh, they've got artillery though. That's not, artillery can use that road. Artillery up, okay. Okay, and it costs 5 for artillery to go up it. If we use, I think I'll just pull it up there and wait. Okay. Or it could go up that road. The artillery can go up that road. They don't have to go to march order. So they would be able to pull back just a little. Pull my cavalry 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then across that stream is +1. 6, 7, 8, and then up I'll have to stop right here. It's horse artillery, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they can go to there. Okay. Now these are in regiments. Most of these units are in regiment formation, strength. Over here are all the counters that will split them up into their battalions. So those that were wondering, how long it takes to set all this up, it takes a long time. It took me most of yesterday, because some of these have 3 or even 4 counters stacked that are the battalions of these regimental counters that are out here. Some of these are 20. You've got a couple of these that, more than a couple, so you strength of 20. And if you've got, say, each stacking point, they call stacking points instead of strength points. Stacking point is 100 to 120 men. You're looking at over 2,000 men. So, and of course, I'll have to break them down, because if I don't, you got 20 stacking points and a hex get fired on from artillery. That's going to be pretty deadly, because it's +1 for each strength point over 6. Well, that's 14. So if you were to look on the fire table, you're going to add 14 to the die. You're going to end up with a lot of casualties. So you're better off splitting them up. And so some of these artillery batteries can fire out quite a ways. There's 9 right there with that one. So, talking about the killing zone. So this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we are. So I actually can fire even, let's say, out over here. If it wasn't for the woods. So that's the killing zone. Well, let's see, so this would actually be coming here, and then this one goes, okay, there, and let's see, is that right? Not that way, and yeah, because he's facing this way, I guess it's way over here. Let's see. What happened here? I've already got my map all screwed up. How'd that happen? That shouldn't have happened yet. Want to screw that up. I'll have to mess with it here in a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to have to tape it down or what I want to have to do. Something. I hate to put a piece of tape on it. That's the only way I'm going to be able to keep it down. So that artillery can fire out to there from here. So before you get too close, you got to break your units down. So let's get in here and move Davu's forces, which are now turning their attention to the flèches. So he's going to turn this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to just go right there. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't go. Stop there. This artillery's going to go on the road. Right there. Take away my light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's back here? Okay, artillery. So we're going to move them. 1, 2, 3. Move them there. They got to come up this road and then over. This is Davu. He's with some artillery as well. They can go right up this though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5. And then these guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to protect the flank. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we'll go here 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. That's in case they need some artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. This is part of his bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's turn it like that. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got some artillery here. We've got some cavalry that belongs to First Corps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. All right, so that's all of Davu's movement. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move Nansaudi to fill in this gap here. He's got to protect here. And we've got these Russian units back here. Utitsa. Range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's got a range all the way out to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, of course, they can't fire through all of those orchard groves, but they can fire over here. Right in through there. So we got to be careful about not getting into their into that fire zone. Okay. So let's move. Let's see what we got here. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Provide some cover there or protection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He just wants to go to there. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, these guys got 11. The guy on top is a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These guys here are 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there. All right, so we've got Davu's first corps moved. 4th, 2nd, and 1st Cavalry Corps moved. Now we need to move some of these guard units to provide a little bit of space. So let's do that. We've got the guard cavalry. I think I'm going to move them over in this area here. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Napoleon's here. Here's Marat. I'm going to move him. I think, if I recall, dealing with leaders. They have a movement of 12, except for Napoleon, which has 8. And Platov has a 14, but he's more likely not going to be involved in this battle, this part of the map. He's got the Cossacks, and he's over there on the north side. So Murat with his aides, a couple of units right there, are going to move over with Nansati to start with. So let me pull back a little bit here. So here he is. He can go 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9. He'll just move to there. And these aids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not really supposed to use the aids unless you're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Unless you're using a multi-player system where you're sending them basically for messages from, Napoleon over to another commander and so forth. But that's all right. Let's see, who is this? Oh, that's Calicourt. So he'll stay with Napoleon. And Berthier, I guess he'll stay there too for now. Now he's got a pretty high, let's see. That's pretty high artillery bonus. So he needs to move where there's some artillery, which presently could be, he's going to send him with Davout to be with his artillery. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right there. That's where he goes. See who else we got here. Rapp, he should go with some artillery, cavalry. He's got a 6. So he'll go over here. Let's see. Yeah, he'll go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He'll stop right there for now. Okay, what else we got here? Lobau. He's not too bad with artillery. Let's see here. I think I'll have him come over here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right there. And let's see, we've got these guys. That's Napoleon. Okay, Calicourt. Who else we got? We got Berthier. They better stay right there. Okay. Of course, we've got all of these other. Just leave them right there. Oh, there's some of those pretty good, pretty good morales. All right, so we've moved them, and we moved Davout. So now We've got the Young Guard. Where's the Young Guard? It's a Guard artillery there. Maybe I haven't. Oh, I haven't pulled the leader off of there. There they are. Over here on the order of battle. Okay. So, Mortier. There he is. So, they're just going to move up a little bit. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'm going to turn. Go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's going to turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mortier be there. And this guy be there. So then we got the middle guard. I don't know if I have any more. I got more blocks somewhere. I don't think I'm going to need them though. Oh, that's a Young Guard right there. 1, 2, 3. Middle guard. We're going to move around here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We won't move anybody else there. We'll move who know in a minute, but first we have to move Nay. That's Nay's troops right there. Right here is Nay. 3rd Corps. So we got the skirmisher line, and let's see. All right, so up a river slope is 2. Crossing woods is 2. And see, going down a river slope is only 1. And crossing a stream is +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can't even see all of that. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. That out there, this over here is not Nay. That over there is part of Davos. So I think they want to hold off where they're at. They might move their skirmishers up, and then they're probably going to want to split up into battalions. But presently, we're looking at Ney here. And let's see here. Two. Yeah, this is Ney. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. You can only go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. And that's a slope. Down a slope. Okay, that's just 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. It's just 1. It doesn't say +1. But it's still 3, 4. He could go across. Okay. Let's see. How far can our range is 8? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Both of these guys are going to go 6. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Slope down. Okay, so they can go down. Six. Up that river slope. That's not going to be too easy. They're going to have to go up that road. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then all of these guys here. They're going up this road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. Okay, and then we move who knows forces back here. And I think I'm going to put them in march order. Let's see, I got to look to see which one of these is considered march. Okay, there it is. So in order to go to march order, they have to break down into their what's it going to cost them? It's going to be slow going. But otherwise, they have to break down into their battalions. Either 6 or 1 battalions. Well, I guess they could have, some of these battalions are kind of smaller. Don't really want to break them up yet. So let's see, what's it going to cost? Okay, so down the slope cost is just 1, but up it is 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'd have to stop. Okay. Now we're moving who knows bunch here. So 1, 2, cross that river, 3, 4. Like so. These guys could go 1. If they went into, if they flip over skirmish mode, they can move a lot faster. Because it's only going to cost them a lot less. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 3. Well, hold on. Got to recount this. 1 down. That's 2. 3 over the string. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2. What is that? 3, 4? No, 3. Going down. 3, 4. Okay, so this guy couldn't go. He's got to stop right there because this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He didn't have 6. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's go back. This would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These guys have 11. 1, 2, 3. Down 3, 4, 5. Stream 4, 5. And then that upslope would be 4. Down is 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 7. 7. Be 11. Yeah. Well, they got 11. Yeah. So they could be right there. Cost 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 4 more. That would be 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they could go across. This guy couldn't. And then these guys all just need to go to the road. 1, 2, 3. Right there. All right, so they're done. So then we just have to, we've got DeVue's group over there. I think they're just hold their ground, I think. Won't move them. All right, so no one's got anybody in range. But it would be rally phase. Nobody needs to rally anybody. Defensive fire phase, offensive fire phase, melee phase. Then we go to the next player. So we would have movement. All right, so now we go over to the Russians. So we'll start here and see about see if we've got any movement. Of course we want to do here, and of course we do. We want to I think we want to see about getting this cavalry out. Well, one thing is our horse artillery. We want to get it out. We can move it up and then fire it. So they can move up to 7. They don't need to move that close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then they can flip over. And we have this cavalry underneath with them. And the same thing here. We can use this cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To well, they can actually withdraw from combat. So turn him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess he'd be like this. One, two. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And let's see let's break down some of these guys. This is EKG. Let's see. Third corps. Let's see what we got. And I can leave this over here. I can use guys are going to split up. These guys here. This is 20. Oh, this guy here needs to go out. Flip them over. What else we got? All right. So oops. These two guys. These two Italians. Okay, so they broke down. Into battalions. And the orchard is going to cost 2. So, not being able to go very far. Just like that. These guys. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, now we move to, we've got these militia units. Of course, let's see, they can they can move up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. So they move over to there. Yeah, that just messed that up. Just have to deal with it. All right, let's see here. One, 2, 3. I think he'll turn like that. This guy. 1, 2, 3. These guys will move up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just gonna go to there. Okay. Let's move on over here. They want to see all this action happening. They want to bring up some of that artillery sitting back here. Um, we need to move, let's see. Well, we've got artillery right here. But we need some more artillery over here. So, let's see. Just going to send this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have to go like that, I think. Well, let's see how many. See how many they can have in march order. Six stacking point limit. And they cannot move adjacent enemy units. Okay. So they just have to split up. And they can go, let's see, that's a what? That's not the road. That's the path. So it's just 1 point. They might as well just stay like they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he'll send his subordinate there. The rest of these will move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these guys here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 4th Cavalry. Got these dragoons. Gonna move up. So, okay, so go down a river slope. That cost, down is 1, up is 3. 1, 2, 3. We'd have to stop there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. They went to there. One, 2, and then he's going to flip over. One, 2, 3, he'll flip over. And let's see back here. These guys are going to get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay. Okay, so they're going to hold off over there. What I do have to do is I have to fix all that over there that got mixed up. All this here. These guys. Those guys are there. I think I had put those guys there. All right, so these guys want to move up here to there to there. He'll stay there and he'll stay there. There we go. All right, so again, that's the movement, but we do have some fire to take care of, because we do have a unit that is going to be within range, and that's going to be this artillery unit right down here, this horse artillery unit right there. It's going to be able to fire on this unit. It's going to be able to fire on, it'll just fire on this unit. So, he's an open terrain, so fire defense is 7. And his strength, 1, 2, 3, is going to be 7. That's the top number. Pull him in there. Okay, so this is the target. He's in clear terrain. And on our chart, clear, go across here, fire defense is 7. Okay. Okay, so this artillery piece has a range of 7, morale of 13, melee of 1. At 1 to 2, let's see. Well, yeah, 1 to 2 hexes. It's on 7. What is it? 1 to 2. 3 to 5, and then 6 to 9. So actually, it's going to be strength of only 5. You didn't get close enough. Should have went one more. Should have went one more hex. So it's going to be a strength of 5 to 7. That's going to be on the fire table 1 to 1.5. So the only way he's going to get ahead is if he rolls a 60 something. There is no modifiers for this attack. So, oh, how about that? We can actually close a little bit more. I rolled a 62. And a 62 is going to be a hit. First casualty. These information counters are not back printed. Okay. And let's see here. Let's see if I can determine if there has to be a morale check. So let's see your morale check. Rule number 19. Okay. Okay, as a result of casualties, rout, or charging cavalry. When to check morale. If more than 1/3 of the stacking points in the hex are eliminated in any single phase, all units in hex must check morale. All units in hex that a routing unit passes through or begins its routing must check morale. All units in overstacked hex automatically rout. All infantry units check morale as soon as they are charged by cavalry. Units with no morale never check morale. If a leader is killed, all units in the hex check morale, subtracting 12 from the die roll. If a leader is wounded, all units in the hex check morale, adding 1/2 of that leader's bonus to the die roll. Okay. So we don't have to check morale there because that was not 1/3. That was less than 1/3. And we don't have ammunition wagons and any of that to mess with. This is a more simpler version of La Bataille, with a lot of things had not yet been added to the game. Rules. The rules of the game. And I think a lot of it had to do with when you had new publishers that decided they wanted to maybe put their own stamp on the game, or they just felt like maybe they had some players that made suggestions, so forth. So that's Wonder how come the other militia was not put out here. I guess they're probably in the on the other map. I think so. So yeah, my map is a little off here, but I don't think there's much I can do now that I've got counters on the board and all of that. I can make it work. That's what happens. They didn't really give enough overlap. They should have gave it like at least a couple of hexes overlap on the map, and then it's a lot easier. There's it's not even half a hex overlap. It's like, well, you might as well have just, which would be difficult to do. You can't, because of the way the hexes are, you can't have no overlap, because the map, when it's cut, is a straight edge. It's not going to follow the shape of the, a person could go in there and cut that out, but I don't want to do that. So the 6 o'clock turn is over, and I don't know, I've got to figure out something else to do with my lighting. Don't know quite what. I really need another lamp. I had a lamp that quit working. Got it at Goodwill, and I guess it was already on the outs. So we've got Devu here, who is really intending on pushing to here to the fleshes and not Utitsa. That's going to be Poniatowski with some help from the cavalry corps over here, several cavalry corps. So Devu is going to push toward the fleshes. Ney is going to going for the Great Redoubt. And the Russians, which I haven't, let's see, I didn't move the staff, the army staff. I got to move them. On. Let's see here. So the West Army, Barclay. So he's going to have the 2nd Corps. So, okay. And 4th Corps. No. Yeah, 4th Corps. And I guess 6th Corps. I guess. Second West Army. I didn't put them on the board. That's going to be migration and Milodorovich. I think that's who that should be. And in the setup, where is yeah, they'd all be on this other map. But let's see. I look over here at this other. I look over here at the other. I can figure out how far they are. So 4, that's 8. And then 8 to cross the river. So I can put them. Let's see, would they be going down the road? No, they'd be coming up like they're going to Borodino, but they don't want to go that way. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're a good ways. They are a good ways off. What did I say? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 24. So they wouldn't be able to get on yet. They're too far away. So, yeah, I'll have to add them. They're going to have to come on later. They can't come on yet. They're too far away. So that's what we're looking at. The Russians are trying to bring up their artillery to place. They're at the Rovsky Redoubt, the Great Redoubt, and also at the Flèches. And they've also got this 5th Corps Cavalry. Is that right? 5th? Yeah, 5th Corps. That ain't right. That's not, no, that's infantry. That's 5th Corps. They got 5th Corps there that they need to bring up. It's got some cavalry with it, but I didn't move them. They're sitting back there. These guys are going to have to move up to either provide some support to the Flèches here in the middle against Davout, or against Ney's push there against the Great Redoubt. And it's going to take several turns before we really get into anything, except possibly, well, even down here, we've got Poniatowski's not going to show up until 8 o'clock. And he's going to be coming up this road here. So this cavalry's not going to be able to do anything in this orchard or the woods. So I guess Davout could do a feint at the Flèches and hit Utitsa with his 5th Division. That's a possibility. With all this cavalry support, he might be able to take Utitsa with 1 division. Something to take a hard look at. Maybe I'll discuss more of that in this next video. And I'll do a couple of videos here of this before I switch over to the Yaquinto publishing game. And it'll probably won't go very smoothly until I've got the rules down on both of these games. It'll probably take me a couple of turns to do that. And once that I get the rules under my belt and I feel comfortable, I think this is going to go a lot faster. So won't be as much a dead time as I'm moving around. Maybe I skip some of this early movement and just wait till we get close enough. I kind of like to show everything. That way you have a better knowledge of what's going on and how to move and how the rules and mechanics work and how smooth it is and so forth. So I don't really like to hop around when I'm doing video playthroughs. So, but yeah, I need to take a serious look at the strategy here straight on attack is going to be costly. Davout even tried to get Napoleon to do a flanking move, but he didn't go for it. Davout was his best marshal in acting alone, not being dependent on Napoleon's direction. He, I don't know that he ever lost. I'm trying to think if he ever lost a battle. Of course, at Arstadt, he single-handedly, with his corps, defeated the entire Prussian army in 1806. But he had one success after another, one victory after another, and it made the other marshals very jealous. They did not like him. They did not like Davout. They were very jealous. And a lot of that Napoleon created that jealousy, working one marshal against another. And I think things would have gone differently for Napoleon if he had placed Davout in command, either in place of Grouchy or Ney, either one. If Davout had been placed in command of the forces that Grouchy had, then Blucher would have never been able to join Napoleon, because Davout would have hunted him down and kept him occupied and not allowed him to slip away at Wavre and make his way over to Waterloo. And if Davout had been given command of the forces that Ney had, Davout would have pressed Wellington much harder. And Wellington probably would have been defeated at Quatre Bras and had to retreat back either toward Brussels or back to the coast. But I don't know, maybe Napoleon felt like Davout was married to Napoleon's sister. So, he had that connection there. And I guess he trusted him to remain in Paris and not stab him in the back, I guess, and work on rebuilding the army. But Nauvoo was probably Napoleon's best tactician, who could act independently. Well, we'll see what transpires in the next video. We'll go from there. So, and I'll bring up some books that I have that I find interesting, and some suggestions for reading. Of course, you have. I can find out what I did with it. Chandler's. I wonder what to do with it. Wow. It's kind of hard to misplace that book. I guess I left it in the other room. Chandler's campaign, the campaigns of Napoleon. If you don't have that book, and they're not so easy to find, but if you can find a copy, and it focuses more on the European, not so much on the Peninsular War. So, and the Peninsular War is my favorite of the Napoleonic campaigns. The battles over in Portugal and Spain interest me much more than the European battles do. And I know that's just opposite to most Napoleonic fans. They don't care much for the Peninsula War. All right, I'll see about what happens in the next video. I hope you're enjoying it, and come on back and catch another video.